This is The Bottom Line. The Bottom Line on 938 Live.
Singapore-listed KTL Offshore has purchased a warehousing space in Iskandar, Malaysia for $1.7 million. And the firm's chief operating officer, Mark Beretta, tells 938 Live's Travis Teo that the facility will help to double their Malaysian revenue within 2 years, following a one-quarter jump in net profit in its latest fiscal quarter for KTL, one of the largest wire rope and rigging suppliers worldwide.
We've managed to really capitalize on the heavy lift market. In the last year or so, we've done a lot of projects that's coming from Korea as well for their shipbuilding, which they need our bigger slings. So our production for our real value-added products has been very, very busy for the last year or so.
Going forward, I understand that the company has plans to expand in Malaysia, specifically in the Iskandar region. Can you tell me a bit more?
Sure. We are busy opening up a new facility right now, which is about 220,000 square foot facility in the Iskandar area. It's twofold, really, is to also reduce some of our costs by moving some of the heavy lift rigging manufacture to Malaysia, but also to capitalize on the Malaysia market. In Malaysia, they're really trying to increase their production. So it's part of our strategy to diversify our base and make sure that we can capitalize on most of the emerging markets.
But at the same time, does it mean that you might be marginalizing your other customers elsewhere, perhaps in Singapore?
Not at all, because Singapore is still going to be our headquarter. It will still be where we do our more specialized manufacture. We're also starting to manufacture synthetic slings, which are much more advanced and specifically for deep water. So that production will still stay in Singapore. And Singapore is where our market is. So our service base will still be in Singapore.
Right, I see. And how much value will it add, this new facility?
Well, we think it's going to have a significant effect in the next 3 years. It's hard for me to give you an exact figure, but I can tell you that we will get more business in Malaysia, of course, and coupled with some cost reductions, we expect to see a significant effect on the profit and loss.
I see. Any ballpark you can share with me?
Well, let's say, our Malaysia business right now is about 5 or 6 million Sing dollars a year. Let's say we hope to double that in the next couple of years.
And, in terms of the market condition, there has been a recent decline in oil prices. Has that led to any sort of a negative impact on your industry?
Not at this moment in time, Travis. Of course, the oil price is always a worry for everybody. Our fortunes are pegged to the oil price. But we're still pretty optimistic about next year. Personally, we don't see a huge effect, and we think we've diversified ourselves geographically enough to ride out any major storm.
So where are the prospects then for this industry, in the rigging industry, for the marine and offshore?
For us, we see the deep water as very important because deep water means we have our new synthetic slings. It's more technologically demanding. So the products are more critical, so that plays more into our hands of what we can deliver. So the deep water fields are expanding all over the world as well, and that's really where we see high potential growth for our company.
I see, but at the same time, deep water, it's more for those exploration to look for new prospects in terms of oil reserves and things like that. But with oil prices going down, companies might not be so willing to spend that much on exploration, and they might focus more on the shallow water instead. So will that have any effect?
Well, it may, Travis. The good news, I guess, for us is that for the shallow water, with the development of the synthetic products instead of steel, we are seeing a lot of our customers switching over from steel to synthetic, even for shallow water, because they have some advantages in terms of saving on their operational daytime. So, we don't see a major effect point of view.
That was Mark Beretta, Chief Operating Officer at KTL Offshore on The Bottom Line. Brought to you by Turkish Airlines, Europe's best airline.